Los Angeles native sons, or Los Lobos, has a new album.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Slant.
Yeah, but is this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version.
All right, Paulie, let's go.
Paulie back here on the Latino Slant. Thank you for being here. If you are not yet, please make sure you are subscribed and consider becoming a member. We have great exclusives, from merchandise discounts to one-on-ones with filmmakers, music bands, and just private Q&A, stuff like that. You know, the Latino Sun has always been at its core a music channel. That's how we first started out. And so I'm always excited to share with you new music. And I'm talking about the 17th studio album from the great band Los Lobos. And it is called Native Sons. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. This is a completely enjoyable. I'm very excited about this album. It's such a joy to listen to. It's a great road album. It's a great album when you're playing and when you're in the house, chilling, maybe cleaning, maybe cooking, maybe being with family, from the first track to the last. Okay, and there are technically 13 tracks on this, one original song. Everything else is a cover. Now, there's so many joys to this album. Let me give you the quick rundown of what this album is all about, and then we're gonna go and get some quotes from the band members themselves. Now, before I do want to give a quick shout out to the Wolfpack, the Los Lobos Nation fandom, Big Ass Mike and the Wolfpack. These guys are amazing. They are international, and they are also subscribers, and they hang out here at the Slant. So thank you guys so much. Now, Native Sons is born out of Los Lobos paying tribute to their heroes. That's one thing. Their musical heroes, their musical friends, and the connection. All these musicians, all this music was created here out of Los Angeles. I mean, it's just unreal. It's just unreal when you think of the musical culture, the wealth of music, the history of modern music that comes from Los Angeles. I mean, we're talking from the 30s on, that ever since the advent of modern time and Louis Armstrong hitting that first song in the 20s, that Los Angeles has been a part of it. So that is their homage to this. And they created this song during their time off, during this time of the last year and a half. Now, let's go through this list. And let me just, I'll do the songs, but I'm going to do the bands as well that they cover. Number 1, Love Special Delivery from The Midnighters. Number 2, Misery, Barrett Strong, The Savages. Number 3, and technically number 4, depending on how you count it, Bluebird, and For What It's Worth, Buffalo Springfield, Stephen Stills. Number 4, Chuco Suavez, Lalo Guerrero, which we're really familiar with here. Number 5, Jamaica Say You Will, Jackson Brown. Number 6, Never No More, Percy Mayfield. Number 7 is their original song called Native Son. Number 6, Farmer John, Jerry Garcia, and Grateful Dead. Number 9, number 8. Number 8 was Farmer John. Number 9, Dichoso from Willie Bobo. Number 10, Sail On, Sailor, The Beach Boys. Number 11, The World is a Ghetto from War. Number 12, Flat Top Joint from the Blasters. Number 13, Where Lovers Go, the Jaguars. I mean, these guys cover everything from 60s psychedelic rock, 60s soul and R&B, going back to the 40s with Chicano swing music, soul music. I mean, 70s funk. and even with the blasters, you can say some 80s punk rock, which was amazing. Now, their YouTube page is really incredible, and it's really insightful. They even have a video, it's about 3 minutes long. I highly, besides it, they offer all the songs here. I highly recommend you check out their 3-minute interview that they did on why they created Native Sons. Now, there's just so much insight to this album. And so, like I said, so let's go with a couple songs here. And let's go in the order of the album, shall we? And the first one is Love Special Delivery. Now, what's great on the YouTube page here, and we won't play any of it because we don't want to get in trouble, but we will give you links so you can listen to on your own. Los Lobos has great historical info on each song and a quote from the band as far as why they picked the song, and lyrics to the songs. I mean, this is an original tune from the Midnighters, one of the first Chicano bands out of East LA to make it big. They blazed the trail with such songs as Whittier Boulevard and the Ballad of Cesar Chavez. So that is the first song off the album, and you have the lyrics down here. And a lot of just fantastic links. Going with the second song, Misery from Barrett Strong and the Savages. Now, the thing with Barrett Strong and Misery is Barrett became the private songwriter for Ray Charles. After he heard him, after he heard how talented Barrett was, came out to LA, started writing songs just for Ray Charles. Original hit by Barrett Strong, who had the hit song Money. Remember that song? The best things in life are free, but give me money. Strong co-wrote some of Motown's biggest songs. So David Hidalgo says, this is probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Barrett moved to LA when Motown did. So, the wealth of information on this page, again, it's got the lyrics and it's got a little bit of history and just amazing insight to each song on why Los Lobos picked this song. Now, the next two songs are from Buffalo Springfield, and it's For What It's Worth and Bluebird. And it's actually Bluebird, then For What It's Worth. Now, these guys said, I think, who was it said? Louis says, we knew we wanted a Buffalo Springfield song and ended up with two because we couldn't decide. That's Louis Perez Jr. That's amazing. The description here is when police clashed with young music club goers on the Sunset Strip in '66. Stephen Stills quickly wrote For What It's Worth. Bluebird was the follow-up single. Here, Los Lobos flips the order, makes it a medley, with David replicating the searing guitars from both Stills' left channel and Neil Young right channel. And it's right here. All this great information is on YouTube on the official Los Lobos sites. Mama. The album is called Native Sons. It's the 17th studio album in the prolific career of Los Lobos. I arguably call them the greatest American band, period. Maybe you can fight me on that in another video. Number 4 is Chuco Suavez. Los Chuco Suavez, you might have heard and us talk about the great Lalo Guerrero, Los Chuco Suaves, because that song, along with some of his other songs, were featured in the musical Zoot Suit. In 1949, Lalo Guerrero y Los Cinco Lobos recorded a 10-inch 78 RPM of Marijuana Boogie and Los Chucos. In 1995, he actually worked with Los Lobos on a children's album called Papa's Dream. David had said, Lalo Guerrero is one of my heroes. He's the guy, man. And then we became friends over the years. He was a rock for me. We had to include a Lalo song. And I love hear the lyrics, because the lyrics, you really, with this song, but Chuco suaves, bailan rumba, bailan la rumba, baila zumba, bailan guaracha sabrosón, el botecito, why el danzón. I mean, just the coolest damn lyrics that that he's considered the father of Chicano rock, Chicano music, and then Richie Valens for a great reason. So again, that is the fourth song on the Native Sons album. Now, one of my favorite artists, Jackson Browne, I grew up with because my mother played his albums over and over during the 70s. He had a song called Jamaica Say You Will. And I have a lot of favorite Jackson Browne songs over the years. Rock Me on the Water, The Pretender, even Disco Apocalypse was a great song. But Lobos picked Jamaica Say. They call this a timeless mythic narrative based on Jackson Browne's love for a girl who worked in an organic food orchard in Malibu next to the sparkling Pacific Ocean. Oh, man, that's cool. That's cool. Steve Berlin, who is the saxophone player and keyboardist and just an amazing music producer on his own right, member of Los Lobos, said, a very delicate track. I know it's a big favorite of Dave's, and he brought it in, but I was surprised. I mean, it's kind of a heavy lift. Dave knocked it out of the park. Everybody did great work on it. I think we did it justice. And I don't think, I know you did it justice, Steve, because as a huge Jackson Browne fan, you guys, you know, and what they said in the interview is that with their covers, they purposely didn't want to reimagine these covers. They wanted to sound as much as they could to the original as possible, right? And in doing so, which they did, that Lobos spirit is always there. That Lobos just genius is felt, and it's felt through every film. It's felt through every album. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, guys. All right, moving on. Never No More from Percy Mayfield. Never No More is number 6. And let's get a little information on that album. And again, you can hear all these on their official Los Lobos album, Los Lobos YouTube. Percy Mayfield moved to LA in 1942. He became a legendary West Coast blues man, penning #1 hits like Please Send Me Someone to Love and Hit the Road Jack. Oh, I stand corrected. It's Percy Mayfield, who is Ray Charles's private songwriter. My bad. Not the other gentleman. Okay. Conrad said, my son Jason Lozano played drums with us on it. We had fun playing it, that's for sure. And then Lobos has always done it. They've always been very, family inclusive, where their sons and now maybe their grandsons will pick grandchildren will pick up on playing music. But I know for a fact that they've had their sons playing, performing, and touring with them for years now. Moving on, we have Farmer John from Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead, which I'm a big fan of Lobos's cover of Bertha, the song Bertha from the Grateful Dead. So I'm surprised that they picked this one. Oh, this is, again, okay, this is my bad. I'm completely wrong. Farmer John is a classic garage rock standard penned by Don Harris and Dewey Terry. They then were made popular by the Premiers from San Gabriel, whose success began when their backyard rehearsals started drawing large neighborhood crowds. All right, Paulie, you learned something as well. So the Premiers, let's hear what Los Lobos had to say about them. Cesar, just this time around, we did it up. We took it uptown with the original Don and Dewey version, more R&B up-tempo. Steven, this is one of the first songs I think we played with the guys way back in the prehistoric age, and it's a fun way to play. Shout out to East LA. There you go. This is an East LA classic, and my bad for saying that this was connected to the Grateful Dead. But I still love the Grateful Dead Bertha cover. Maybe that's why I had it in my head. Dichoso from Willie Bobo's number 8, which is a beautiful Latin themed track. Let's see what these guys had to say about this. Again, all this I'm grabbing off of YouTube's official page. Willie Bobo, 1966, from Willie Bobo's 1966 album Feeling So Good. He moved to LA in the early 70s. He has played Afro-Cuban jazz, Latin, soul, and rock, becoming an East LA institution. Cesar said, I recorded 90% of this at my home, trying to do justice to Willie's effortless vocals. And this is Willie that they got. Then later, we added horns and replaced my percussion with someone who could really do the job right, Camilo Quiñones. David Hidalgo says, we got to know Willie and his son. We would do shows together with Willie, and that got us closer to the Latin audience. Cesar did a great job with it. Wow. Fantastic. So they actually used Willie's vocals on this. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Again, this album is called Native Son. And we jumped, and I was so crazy with the covers. We jumped the number 7 song, which is the only original song called Native Son, written by Louis Perez. Now, Native Sons.
Here's the deal with the recall.
Native Son, I want to read this to you guys, because this is pretty beautiful. Louis said, we were walking around the studio one day, and I said, hey, Dave, I have an idea. What if we wrote an original song for this cover, for this record? He looked at me and he said, write an original cover? He got me on that. My brother, a man of few words. Here are the lyrics, because at the end of the day, this is Louis paying tribute and homage, what they say is a love letter to Los Angeles. There are concrete rivers flowing from the mountains to the sea. Towers that almost touch the sky, all around me. There's music playing on the radio from a house there down the street, singing, take me in your arms again. I miss you, don't you see? No matter where I lay my head, no matter how far I've run, I dream about the day you'll take me back. I'm your native son. Woof. I was a fool to run away and forget from where I came from. I think about the day you'll take me back. I'm your native son. Lobos from the 80s has always written about Los Angeles, has always lamented big time, including an album called The Town and the City. Just genius stuff, guys. Just genius stuff. Rounding out the 10, Sail On Sailor of the Beach Boys, The World is a Ghetto War, Flat Top Joint, The Blasters, and Where Lovers Go. And I just want to touch upon one of those, and that is The World is a Ghetto from War. Now, according to the fellas, the Los Lobos fellas, these gentlemen could have easily have gone for Lowrider, some of the more popular ones. They went political for their activist reasons, and while I might not agree totally with those political stances, what I can't deny is the musical power and the passion of this cover, and it's pretty incredible. Marked its times in the 70s, and surely means a lot to a lot of people today. So that is my song by song And I hope I did it justice, guys. Native Sons, the new album from Los Lobos. The entire album is available on their YouTube page. I highly encourage all of you guys to check it out. Thank you so much. You can check out more Los Lobos videos here on the Latino Slant. We will see you next time. Sail on, Native Son.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant. The slant. All right, Paulie, let's go.